You know what hurts the most? It's not the cold Canadian winters. It's not all the rejections and the struggles of moving to this country and starting everything from scratch. It's not even how uncertain things are right now. It's these comments. Comments like, go back to your country. When an Indian speaks, we wish he wouldn't. We don't need your kind here. Go back, Pajit. And here is the interesting part. I got all of these comments on my YouTube channel, which is probably 2 months old. I only have two long form contents in there. One talking about the reasons why people are leaving this country, and the one where I'm talking about why I like this country. And the funny part is, all of this hate is coming from the video where I'm talking about why I like this country. All I'm doing is I'm sharing my personal factual opinions, and even that triggered hate. But before I get to racism, let's get real about something uncomfortable. Lately, you have seen all of those viral videos of Indians stealing from the food bank, mislabeling in grocery stores to take advantage of the pricing, stealing candy from neighbors during Halloween, and pooping on beaches. Let's admit it, it's very shameful and embarrassing. There is no excuse out there that justifies these actions. The actions of handful of these idiots embarrass millions of hardworking and law-abiding Indians in Canada. And yet those idiotic ones are the ones that go viral. It's not the students volunteering in temples. It's not the truck drivers that almost run the economy. It's not the nurses that work night shifts in order to attend the patients. It's not the gurudwaras or ISKCON that offer free food to anyone that visits the premises, regardless of race or religion. Indians have built these community kitchens like Gurudwara and ISKCON. They have unconditionally donated to the flood victims. I've even come across cases where they have driven 12 hours straight to deliver supplies to strangers. But those stories, they barely get shared. A handful of idiots ruin the image and the rest of them carry the burden. Even if you were to say all of those huge statues of Indian deities, or the number of Indian immigrants moving to this country being the problem, or even if it is Indians not integrating into this culture in the right manner, even if you were to say all of these are the problem, all of these are in a way responsibility of the government too. If you think about those statues, the government approved it, and that's why it's here. If you think about the number of Indians immigrating here, who let them in? It's not like about 1.8 million Indians immigrated to this country illegally. The government let the people in. If it is about integrating into Canadian culture, what resources do we have to integrate into this culture? It's almost like as if everything is learned from observation. I don't see critical videos of government's terrible policies going viral as much as how we criticize small percentage of these handful idiotic Indians. Getting angry and protesting against Indians is like protesting on a consequence rather than the action. It's like blaming the employees for a company's bad hiring decisions and the management just walks around free. And if you think about it deep enough, this is a fantastic deflection strategy. While the Canadians, including Indians, fight among each other, every single day the government is passing one or the other confusing policies in this country. I always see comments about how people say government is not smart enough to think through about the consequence of their action. I feel they are smart enough. They knew this would happen, but they needed the division in order to cause the chaos and confusion. They knew these sketchy policies would cause problems, but they did it anyway because that division is really helpful when it comes to implementing confusing policies. And while the people in the country fight against each other, day by day they are passing more and more confusing policies, benefiting us. By us, I mean US. So now on to the people posting the hate comments. Let's be logical for a second. Do you think the guy who pooped on the beach, who stole from the food bank, saw your comment saying go back to your country and lost sleep? Absolutely not. They really don't care. The only people that your comment affects are the hard-working and law-abiding Indians in Canada. These are the ones that are trying to do the right thing. You know, in my college, I learned something called the Pareto principle, and that practically applies to every single problem. And this principle says 80% of the problems arise out of the 20% of the observations. In this case, 80% of the problems are being created by 20% of the Indians, and in my personal opinion, I think it's less than 5% Indians that behave this way. Here are some stats that I could find in the internet. There are about 1.85 million Indians in Canada. If you calculate 5%, that is about 92,500 Indians. Let's say all of these 92,500 are a bunch of idiots. They're pooping on the beach, they're stealing from everywhere possible, they're scammers, everything else. That leaves us with 1.757 million hardworking, sincere, honest, tax paying, law abiding Indians in this country. Approximately 8 billion Canadian dollars is being invested in Canada due to Indian students studying in this country. There is also a report of Indian companies having invested approximately 6.6 billion Canadian dollars in this economy, and also resulting in approximately 17,000 jobs in this country. The bilateral trade between India and Canada is close to 9.45 billion Canadian dollars. There's no way we can say that 5% of the people are going to negate the positive effects of the 1.57 million other Indians in Canada. That's just not fair. I'll be very honest here. I made a lot of mistakes when I moved to this country as well. I didn't know that holding the door open mattered so much. I didn't say sorry and thank you enough. Hell, I didn't even know that talking about politics and finance is a strict no no in Canadian workplaces. But the thing is, I learned most of them by observation and some by being corrected. And here is what I've noticed too: Canadians rarely correct a new immigrant. And I get it, it's uncomfortable. But that one small correction is going to go a long way into an immigrant integrating into the society. And if you really want to change, start with a conversation rather than a hateful comment. Now, to those Indians who are doing all of these idiotic things, let's be real, man. I'm pretty sure you don't care about how your actions have consequences on others. But let me try to convince you this way: whatever idiotic things that you're going viral for is also going viral to the people who are employing you. Your HRs, your managers, your colleagues, your future HRs, your future employers, your future colleagues, your relatives back in India who are actually laughing at the way you're behaving in this country. And if you think you're just gonna leave this country and there is no consequences, you're going viral worldwide. No matter where you go, the consequences of your actions will follow you. It's a career suicide. You didn't just embarrass yourself, you burned the bridges of every single Indian trying to build a life in this country. When I was a little kid, one of my teachers used to share this moral story in the school. There is a bird flying in the winter. It's tired and it's hungry, and out of this exhaustion, it literally falls to the ground. But it falls directly in a freshly laid pile of cow dung. And all of a sudden, it feels the warmth from this cow dung. It's warm inside, and this bird feels happy, and it starts chirping like a maniac. A nearby cat hears all of this noise, picks up the bird, and eats it. The moral of the story being, not every situation where you fall in shit is bad. Not everyone who pulls you out of shit is good. And when you are in shit, you got to know your role. You know your damn role and shut your damn mouth. And shut your mouth. So the next time you're about to do something stupid, try to use this sentence and say it out loud. I traveled over 10,000 kilometers away from India to do whatever it is you're about to do. If that makes you feel proud, do it. If not, just stop. All uncertainties aside, Canada is still one of the best places to live in the world. But for it to stay that way, both of these communities need to do better. One needs to stop judging another based on the actions of a few, and the other needs to stop giving reasons to be judged. There's no way we can fix this overnight, but then we can start by being accountable, respectful, or being more aware of how we represent ourselves in the community. And maybe, just maybe, I hope the next time an Indian goes viral, it's not going to be a matter of shame, it'll be about pride. In case this video made you think, or if something resonates with you, or in case you don't agree with something, please do let me know in the comment section. And also share this video as well so it reaches the people it is intended to. Because the truth is, not every Indian is bad and not every Canadian is racist. But the good ones among both communities, they are mostly silent. And let's change that. I wish you good health, wealth, and happiness. This is Guru signing off for Guru Samvad. Satyam Param Dhimahi.